Something wild just happened in the world of Pi Network, and trust me, no one saw it coming. Just as the Pi core team dropped a massive announcement that should have had everyone cheering, the price of Pi took a nosedive, losing over 25% of its value in just a day. Yes, right after announcing a whopping $100 million investment fund, the token price stumbled hard, and the community, let's just say, not everyone is clapping. So what went wrong? Was it a case of hype gone too far, or are we just not seeing the full picture yet? In today's video, we're diving deep into this surprising turn of events, breaking it all down in plain language, cutting through the confusion, and making sense of why this announcement might have backfired, or maybe not. This story is loaded with suspense, strong opinions, and lessons that every Pi holder needs to pay attention to right now. But before we jump in, here's my question for you. Do you think the Pi core team should have done more to prepare the community for this drop, or was it just bad timing? Let me know in the comments, and while you're at it, check out my previous videos to catch up on the latest Pi Network developments. You'll find the link in the description below. Drop Pi Network to the moon, and your country name in the comments section to show you're still riding with Pi strong. If you haven't already, make sure to hit that like, share, and subscribe button to support this channel, so we can keep bringing you more exciting updates about Pi Network. Also, join our Telegram group and Facebook page. Links below. Now remember, this video is for entertainment purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. With that said, let's get started. It was supposed to be a celebration, a game-changing announcement, the kind of news that would push Pi into a new era of adoption and utility, but instead, it turned into a moment of chaos, confusion, and controversy. Just hours after the Pi core team unveiled their ambitious $100 million investment fund, the token's price didn't soar, it plummeted. Fast. In less than 24 hours, Pi dropped from over $1.50 to around 85 cents, sending shockwaves through the community. Now let's slow it down a bit and unpack everything that led to this dramatic shift. For weeks there had been a quiet buildup. The core team had been hinting at a big reveal, something major was brewing. Whispers of ecosystem expansion, deeper utility, and even potential exchange listings were floating through the Pi Network community like wildfire. Then came the big moment on May 14th, when the team finally dropped the news, a $100 million investment initiative aimed at supercharging innovation within the Pi ecosystem. This fund, backed by both Pi and USD, was designed to support startups building real-world utility for the Pi token. Sounds amazing, right? And for a moment it was. Pi briefly crossed the $1.50 mark for the first time since mid-March, giving a shot of adrenaline to the market. Some users started speculating that Pi could be gearing up for a Binance listing. Others were glued to the core team's posts on X, formerly Twitter, convinced that something historic was about to happen. The momentum was real. It felt like the dawn of something new. Then, the crash. In less time than it takes to finish your morning coffee, Pi's value tanked over 25%. Community reactions were instant and heated. What was meant to be a positive turning point suddenly became the center of a backlash. And the accusations, they came fast and loud. Was this all just hype? Had the core team stirred up anticipation only to deliver something underwhelming in the eyes of the community? On X, a user known as DAOWorld didn't hold back. He pointed the finger at the core team's strategy, criticizing the timing and delivery of the announcement. According to him, the news may have landed better if it came alongside other major developments or as a surprise rather than something teased for weeks. That's a sentiment that echoed across social media. Many felt let down, not by the content of the announcement, but by the fact that it didn't match the crescendo of excitement that had been building. Here's the thing. In crypto, timing is everything. When the market gets hyped, expectations shoot through the roof. So, if the reality doesn't match the hype, even if the news is objectively good, the backlash can be brutal. That seems to be exactly what happened here. And yet, while some were fuming over the price drop, others were quick to point out the bigger picture. Supporters of the core team, including media outlets like the Times of Pi Network, urged the community to zoom out. They emphasized that the core team's mission has never been about short-term price pumps. It's about long-term ecosystem growth. They argued that this fund could spark real utility and adoption, the kind of thing that actually gives Pi its value in the long run, not just on a chart, but in everyday life. The core team themselves seemed to echo this message in their official post. They described the investment fund as a strategic program intended to fuel innovation by supporting high-quality startups working on real-world applications for Pi. The idea? Build first, price will follow. But while the philosophy sounds great, the numbers tell a different story. According to CoinGecko data, Pi's market capitalization dropped from over $9 billion to just around $6.2 billion in 3 days. The token, which had briefly broken into the top 20 digital assets, slipped all the way down to 29th place. So what now? There's no denying that this event has left the Pi community divided. Some are frustrated, feeling like their trust was taken for granted. Others remain loyal, seeing this as a necessary growing pain on the road to something bigger. And somewhere in the middle are those who are simply waiting, watching to see what happens next. But let's be honest here. This isn't the first time crypto hype has backfired. It's part of the game. Announcements come with expectations, and when those expectations aren't met, markets react, sometimes violently. What makes Pi different, though, is its massive global community. Millions of people have mined it, supported it, believed in it. That kind of grassroots movement doesn't disappear overnight. Still, it's a pivotal moment for the core team. This latest stumble should serve as a wake-up call, a chance to recalibrate how they communicate with the community. Because if there's one thing crypto has taught us, it's that trust and transparency matter just as much as technology. Here's a hard truth: prices rise and fall. That's the nature of any asset. But what holds a community together is vision, clear communication, and consistent progress. Pi still has all of that. The fund, if managed properly, could lead to the kind of real-world use cases that finally give Pi its long-awaited breakthrough. Apps, businesses, services, all powered by Pi. So yes, the price dip stung, yes, people are upset, and yes, the core team could have handled things differently. But the story isn't over, not even close. What we're witnessing might just be growing pains, a necessary shake-up on the path to maturity. And for those who are in this for the long run, this could be the moment that separates the believers from the bandwagoners. The real question is, what's next? So, here's what we've seen today. The Pi Network core team announced a massive $100 million investment fund, a move that should have been bullish for the ecosystem, but instead, the Pi token dropped sharply, falling over 25% in a single day. Speculation, hype, disappointment, and strategy missteps all collided into one chaotic episode. But at the heart of it, we're reminded that Pi's mission isn't about short-term gains. It's about long-term growth and real utility. If you enjoyed this breakdown, do us a favor, like, share, and subscribe to stay plugged into all things Pi Network. It helps us keep going and bring you the latest updates every step of the way. And now I want to hear from you. Do you think this investment fund will create real change for Pi's future? Or do you think the core team needs to shift their strategy moving forward? Drop your answers in the comments below. And if you have a question or your own take on what's going on, share it. Let's keep this conversation going. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay strong, pioneers.